Question 1. What does this sign indicate, typically found at exit ramps or one-way streets? A. No parking allowed. B. Do not enter. C. Yield to oncoming traffic. D. Speed limit 30. Answers is B. Do not enter. This sign means do not enter. It prohibits entry to all vehicles, usually at freeway or entrances to one-way streets, to prevent head-on collisions. Entering against this sign is extremely dangerous. Question 2. You're driving on a road and want to pass the vehicle ahead. What is the safest way to do this? A. Speed up and pass on the right shoulder. B. Signal, then accelerate quickly and pass. C. Signal, check blind spots, pass on left. D. Wait for vehicle to turn right, then pass. Answers is C. Signal, check blind spots, pass on left. Before passing, signal your intention, check your mirrors and blind spots to ensure the lane is clear, and then pass on the left when safe and legal. Never pass on the right shoulder. Question 3. What action must you take when you see this sign? A. Slow down and proceed. B. Stop completely. C. Yield to traffic. D. Prepare to turn. Answers is B. Stop completely. This sign is a stop sign. You must come to a complete stop behind the stop line, crosswalk, or before entering the intersection. Only proceed when it is safe and you have yielded to others. Question 4. When can you legally make a U-turn in a business district in California? A. Only at intersections with a green light. B. Only at intersections or breaks in median. C. Anywhere if no traffic is present. D. Never. U-turns are forbidden. Answers is B. Only at intersections or breaks in median. In a business district, U-turns are permitted only at intersections or on a divided highway where an opening is provided. Always ensure it's safe and doesn't interfere with traffic. Question 5. What does this sign warn drivers about? A. Bicycle lane ahead. B. Pedestrian crossing ahead. C. School zone. D. Hospital entrance. Answers is B. Pedestrian crossing ahead. This sign warns drivers of an upcoming pedestrian crossing. Be prepared to slow down, look for pedestrians, and yield to them if they are in the crosswalk. Question 6. What is the maximum speed limit when driving within 500 to 1,000 feet of a school while children are outside? A. 35. B. 25. C. 15. D. 45. Answers is B. 25. The maximum speed limit is 25 when driving within 500 to 1,000 feet of a school while children are outside or crossing the street. Always drive cautiously in school zones. Question 7. What type of intersection does this sign indicate? A. Crossroad. B. Roundabout. C. D. Controlled stop. Answers is B. Roundabout. This sign indicates a roundabout or circular intersection ahead. Drivers should yield to traffic already in the circle and enter when it is safe to do so. Question 8. What should you do if your vehicle starts to hydroplane? A. Brake hard and steer sharply. B. Accelerate to regain traction. C. Ease off gas, steer straight. D. Turn off engine, glide to stop. Answers is C. Ease off gas, steer straight. If your vehicle starts to hydroplane, ease your foot off the accelerator, keep the steering wheel straight, and do not brake or turn sharply until traction is regained. Wait for tires to grip again. Question 9. What does this sign mean for vehicles? A. No stopping. B. No parking. C. No standing. D. Parking lot ahead. Answers is B. No parking. This sign indicates no parking. You may stop to load or unload passengers or freight, but you must not leave your vehicle unattended. Check local regulations for specific time limits. Question 10. When are you required to use your headlights? A. Only at night. B. When it's raining slightly. C. Sunset to sunrise, visibility below 1,000. D. When approaching a tunnel. Answers is C. Sunset to sunrise, visibility below 1,000. You must use your headlights from hour after sunset until hour before sunrise, anytime visibility is less than 1,000 feet, or when using windshield wipers due to rain or snow. Question 11. What must you do when approaching this sign? A. Stop completely. B. Yield to other traffic. C. Speed up and proceed. D. Prepare to turn right. Answers is B. Yield to other traffic. This sign is a yield sign. You must slow down and be prepared to stop if necessary, allowing any vehicles or pedestrians in the intersection or on the main road to proceed before you. Question 12. What is the speed limit in a residential area unless otherwise posted? A. 30. B. 25. C. 40. D. 15. Answers is B. 25. In California, the basic speed limit in a residential or business district is 25, unless a different speed limit is posted. Always drive cautiously and adjust for conditions. Question 13. What is the maximum speed permitted here? A. 40. B. 50. C. 60. D. Speed limit ends. Answers is B. 50. This sign indicates a maximum speed limit of 50. Drivers must not exceed this speed under normal conditions and should reduce speed if conditions are unfavorable. Question 14. When is it legal to pass another vehicle on the right? A. When the driver ahead is slowing. B. If room and driver turning left. C. On a freeway with 2 lanes. D. Only when specifically allowed. Answers is B. If room and driver turning left. You may pass on the right only when an open highway has 2 or more lanes in your direction, or when the driver ahead is turning left and there is enough room to pass safely on the right. Never use the shoulder. Question 15. What road condition does this sign warn about? A. Slippery road. B. Uneven road. C. Road work. D. Hump ahead. Answers is B. Uneven road. This sign warns drivers of an uneven or bumpy road surface ahead. You should slow down to maintain control of your vehicle and avoid damage or loss of stability. Question 16. What is the primary purpose of a lane? A. For trucks and commercial vehicles. B. To promote carpooling. C. For emergency vehicles only. D. For high-speed driving. Answers is B. To promote carpooling. Vehicle lanes are to promote carpooling and public transportation by allowing only vehicles with 2 or more occupants or sometimes specific vehicle types like zero-emission vehicles to use them, reducing congestion. Question 17. What does this sign mean? A. Detour ahead. B. Road works ahead. C. Fresh paint. D. Emergency stop. Answers is B. Road works ahead. This sign indicates that there are road works or construction ahead. Be prepared for workers, equipment, potential lane changes, and speeds. Drive with caution in these zones. Question 18. What maneuver is prohibited by this sign? A. No left turn. B. No U-turn. C. No right turn. D. No passing. Answers is B. No U-turn. This sign prohibits making a U-turn at this location. You must continue straight or turn in another legal direction as by other signs or markings. Question 19. What should you do if you are involved in an accident with property damage? A. Leave a note and drive away. B. Stop, exchange info, report to. C. Only report if occur. D. Call your insurance agent only. Answers is B. Stop, exchange info, report to. If involved in an accident, you must stop, exchange information with other parties, and report it to the within 10 days if the damage to any one person exceeds 1, 0, or if anyone was injured or killed. Question 20. What direction must traffic proceed? A. Turn right only. B. Go straight only. C. Turn left only. D. U-turn permitted. Answers is B. Go straight only. This is a mandatory sign indicating that traffic must proceed straight ahead only. No turns are allowed from this lane or at this location. Follow the arrow's direction. Question 21. What road condition does this sign indicate? A. Loose gravel. B. Slippery road. C. Wet pavement. D. Road work. Answers is B. Slippery road. This sign warns that the road ahead may be slippery, especially when wet or icy. Drivers should reduce speed and avoid sudden braking or steering maneuvers to prevent skidding. Question 22. What should you do if an emergency vehicle approaches with sirens and lights? A. Speed up to clear the way. B. Pull to the right edge and stop. C. Continue driving normally. D. Move to the left lane. Answers is B. Pull to the right edge and stop. When an emergency vehicle approaches with flashing lights, a siren, you must pull over to the right edge of the road, clear of any intersection, and stop until the vehicle has passed. This is known as the move over law. Question 23. What does this sign mean? A. No parking. B. No stopping at any time. C. Emergency stopping only. D. Bus stop. Answers is B. No stopping at any time. This sign means no stopping. You cannot stop, even temporarily for any reason, except to obey a traffic sign, signal, or a law enforcement officer. This is the most restrictive stopping rule. Question 24. When is it legal to turn right on a red light in California? A. Always if no cars are coming. B. After stopping if safe and no sign. C. Only if there is a green arrow. D. Never, it's illegal. Answers is B. After stopping if safe and no sign. You can turn right on a red light after coming to a complete stop and yielding to all cross traffic and pedestrians, unless a no turn on red sign is posted. Always ensure the path is clear. Question 25. What does this sign indicate ahead? A. Single train track. B. Multiple train tracks. C. Tunnel entrance. D. Bridge ahead. Answers is B. Multiple train tracks. This sign warns of a railway crossing ahead. Be prepared to stop. Look carefully in both directions and listen for trains on multiple tracks before proceeding. Question 26. What maneuver is mandatory for drivers? A. Proceed straight. B. Turn left. C. Turn right. D. U-turn. Answers is B. Turn left. This sign indicates that drivers must turn left. This is a mandatory direction sign, and vehicles must follow the direction shown by the arrow. Question 27. What is the basic speed law in California? A. Always drive at the posted limit. B. Never drive faster than safe for conditions. C. Speed limit only applies at night. D. You must drive minimum 55 on freeways. Answers is B. Never drive faster than safe for conditions. The basic speed law states that you must never drive faster than is safe for current conditions, regardless of the posted speed limit. This means considering weather, traffic, and road conditions. Question 28. What does this sign warn about? A. Bicycle path. B. Children crossing. C. Playground ahead. D. School bus stop. Answers is B. Children crossing. This sign warns drivers that children may be present or crossing the road, often near schools, parks, or playgrounds. Drive with extra caution and be prepared to stop suddenly. Question 29. What driving action is prohibited here? A. No U-turn. B. No overtaking. C. No right turn. D. No honking. Answers is B. No overtaking. This sign means no overtaking or no passing. You are prohibited from passing other vehicles in this area, usually due to limited visibility or other hazards. Question 30. What should you do when you see a flashing yellow traffic signal? A. Stop and wait for green. B. Slow down and proceed with caution. C. Speed up to clear intersection. D. Treat it like a stop sign. Answers is B. Slow down and proceed with caution. A flashing yellow light means proceed with caution. You should slow down and be particularly alert for other traffic or pedestrians before entering the intersection. Yield if necessary. Question 31. What road condition does this sign warn of? A. Steep descent. B. Steep ascent. C. Slippery road. D. Road narrows. Answers is B. Steep ascent. This sign indicates a steep uphill grade steep ascent ahead. Be prepared to potentially downshift for more power, especially if driving a heavy vehicle or towing a trailer. Question 32. When parallel parking, how far can your wheels be from the curb? A. 18 inches. B. Within 18 inches. C. 1 foot. D. Any distance. Answers is B. Within 18 inches. When parallel parking, your vehicle's wheels must be within 18 inches of the curb. Parking further away can result in a citation and obstruct traffic. Question 33. What does this sign alert drivers to? A. Yield sign ahead. B. Traffic signal ahead. C. Stop sign ahead. D. School crossing. Answers is B. Traffic signal ahead. This sign warns drivers that a traffic signal is ahead. Be prepared to slow down and stop if the light is red or yellow, or if traffic is backed up at the intersection. Question 34. How far must you park from a fire hydrant? A. 5 feet. B. 15 feet. C. 20 feet. D. 10 feet. Answers is B. 15 feet. You must park at least 15 feet from a fire hydrant or fire station driveway to allow emergency vehicles clear access. This is crucial for public safety. Question 35. What turn is prohibited at this intersection? A. Left turn. B. Right turn. C. U-turn. D. All turns. Answers is B. Right turn. This sign indicates no right turn. You are prohibited from making a right turn at this intersection. Always obey prohibitory signs to maintain traffic flow and safety. Question 36. What road surface condition does this sign warn about? A. Slippery when wet. B. Loose gravel or stones. C. Rough pavement. D. Uneven road. Answers is B. Loose gravel or stones. This sign warns drivers of loose gravel or stones on the road surface. This can reduce traction, increase stopping distances, and cause vehicles to skid, so reduce speed. Question 37. What does a solid yellow line on your side of the road mean? A. You may pass if clear. B. No passing from your lane. C. Two-way traffic. D. Lane ends ahead. Answers is B. No passing from your lane. A solid yellow line on your side of the road means you are not permitted to pass other vehicles from your lane. This indicates a zone for your direction of travel. Question 38. How should drivers proceed past an obstacle? A. Pass on the left. B. Pass on the right. C. Stop and wait. D. Turn around. Answers is B. Pass on the right. This mandatory sign directs drivers to pass an obstacle on the right side. This is typically used to guide traffic around islands or construction zones safely. Question 39. What type of road is by this sign? A. Two-way traffic. B. One-way road. C. Divided highway. D. Yield ahead. Answers is B. One-way road. This sign indicates that the road ahead is a one-way road. All traffic moves in the same direction, reducing the risk of head-on collisions. Question 40. When driving, what is the best technique to maintain a safe following distance? A. 1 car length rule. B. Rule. C. Look at bumper ahead. D. 2 car lengths. Answers is B. Rule. The rule is a widely recommended technique. Pick a fixed point ahead. When the car in front passes it, you should count before your car reaches that point. Increase in bad weather. Question 41. What road condition is ahead? A. Steep ascent. B. Steep descent. C. Hill bypass. D. Road narrows. Answers is B. Steep descent. This sign warns of a steep downhill grade steep descent ahead. Be prepared to shift to A, lower gear to control your speed without overusing brakes, which can cause them to overheat. Question 42. What is the legal implication of ignoring A, do not enter sign? A, it's advisory, not binding. B, driving against traffic, high risk. C, minor infraction, small fine. D, only applies to large vehicles. Answers is B, driving against traffic, high risk. Ignoring A, do not enter sign means you are driving against the flow of traffic, which is extremely dangerous and can lead to severe head-on collisions, carrying serious legal consequences, including fines and license points. Question 43. What does this sign warn drivers about? A, pedestrian crossing. B, cyclists ahead. C, school zone. D, motorcycles only. Answers is B, cyclist ahead. This sign warns drivers about cyclists potentially entering or crossing the roadway. Be alert, expect bicycles, and be prepared to yield to them to ensure their safety. Question 44. What is required before making a lane change? A, just check mirrors. B, signal, check mirrors, blind spot. C, only signal if traffic is heavy. D, accelerate before changing. Answers is B, signal, check mirrors, blind spot. Before changing lanes, you must signal your intention, check your and side mirrors, and then look over your shoulder to check your blind spot to ensure the lane is clear and it is safe to move. Question 45. What turn is prohibited? A, U-turn. B, left turn. C, right turn. D, straight only. Answers is B, left turn. This sign indicates no left turn. You are prohibited from making a left turn at this intersection or junction. Drivers must find an alternative route or direction. Question 46. What does this sign warn of? A, deer crossing. B, cattle crossing. C, farm equipment. D, animal park. Answers is B, cattle crossing. This sign warns drivers that livestock, specifically cattle, may be crossing the road. Drive cautiously, reduce speed, and be prepared to stop for animals. Question 47. What does a broken yellow line separating two lanes of traffic mean? A, no passing for anyone. B, passing is allowed in either direction. C, yield to oncoming traffic. D, road is ending soon. Answers is B, passing is allowed in either direction. A broken yellow line separating two lanes of traffic indicates that passing is permitted for vehicles traveling in either direction, when safe to do so. Always check for oncoming traffic. Question 48. What vehicles are allowed to proceed? A, trucks only. B, passenger cars only. C, buses and taxis. D, all vehicles. Answers is B, passenger cars only. This sign indicates that the lane or road is for the movement of passenger cars only. Other vehicle types, such as trucks or motorcycles, may be prohibited. Question 49. What does this sign warn about? A, pet crossing. B, wild animals crossing. C, farm animals. D, zoo entrance. Answers is B, wild animals crossing. This sign warns drivers of wild animals potentially crossing the road. Be extra vigilant, especially at dawn and dusk, and be prepared to stop suddenly to avoid a collision. Question 50. What should you do if your gas pedal gets stuck while driving? A. Pump the pedal rapidly. B. Shift to neutral, then brake. C. Turn off the engine immediately. D. Steer into traffic to stop. Answers is B. Shift to neutral, then brake. If your gas pedal gets stuck, immediately shift to neutral, then apply the brakes. Once your vehicle is stopped safely, you can turn off the engine and pull over. Question 51. What does this sign mean for the road you are on? A. Yield ahead. B. Priority road. C. Dead end road. D. Merging traffic. Answers is B. Priority road. This sign indicates that you are on a priority road. You have the over traffic entering from side roads unless otherwise marked. However, always drive defensively. Question 52. When sharing the road with a bicycle, what must you do? A. Honk to alert them. B. Allow 3 feet when passing. C. Force them to the shoulder. D. Assume they will yield to you. Answers is B. Allow 3 feet when passing. When passing a bicycle, California law requires motorists to allow at least 3 feet of clearance between their vehicle and the bicycle to ensure the cyclist's safety. Question 53. What information does this sign provide? A. Minimum speeds. B. Lane use directions. C. Road ends. D. Parking info. Answers is B. Lane use directions. This sign indicates the permitted directions of movement for traffic in multiple lanes ahead. Drivers must follow the arrows for their chosen lane and prepare for upcoming turns or straightaways. Question 54. What is the consequence of lending your driver's license to someone else? A. It's allowed if they are licensed. B. Illegal license suspension possible. C. Minor fine for both parties. D. Only if they are family. Answers is B. Illegal license suspension possible. Lending your driver's license to another person is illegal in California and can result in the suspension of your license, as well as for the person using it. It is considered an act of fraud. Question 55. What road feature does this sign warn of? A. Dip. B. Speed hump or bump. C. Rough road. D. Answers is B. Speed hump or bump. This sign warns drivers of a speed hump or bump in the road. You should slow down to avoid discomfort or damage to your vehicle's suspension system. Maintain control. Question 56. What action is prohibited in this area? A. No U-turns. B. No sounding of horns. C. No stopping. D. No passing. Answers is B. No sounding of horn. This sign indicates no sounding of horn. It typically applies in quiet zones like near hospitals, schools, or residential areas where unnecessary noise is prohibited to maintain peace and quiet. Question 57. When must you report an accident to the A. Only if police are present. B. Damage over 1,000 or any injury. C. Only if another driver is at fault. D. Never if it's minor damage. Answers is B. Damage over 1,000 or any injury. You must report an accident to the within 10 days if there was any injury or death, or if property damage to any one person exceeds 10. This is mandatory for all involved parties. Question 58. What is the mandatory direction for vehicles? A. Go straight. B. Turn right. C. Turn left. D. U-turn. Answers is B. Turn right. This sign is a mandatory sign indicating that drivers must turn right. No other directions are permitted from this lane or at this point. Prepare for the turn in advance. Question 59. What does this sign indicate ahead? A. Multiple train tracks. B. Single train track. C. Road ends. D. Trolley line. Answers is B. Single train track. This sign warns of a railway crossing ahead. Always look both ways and be prepared to stop for trains. Never try to beat a train across the tracks. Question 60. What does a flashing red traffic light mean? A. Slow down, proceed if clear. B. Stop, then proceed when safe. C. Yield to oncoming traffic. D. Light is out of order. Answers is B. Stop, then proceed when safe. A flashing red traffic light means you must come to a complete stop, just as you would at a stop sign. After stopping, you may proceed when it is safe to do so and the way is clear. Question 61. What weather hazard does this sign warn about? A. Strong cross current. B. Strong side wind. C. Dust storms. D. Turbulence. Answers is B. Strong side wind. This sign warns drivers of strong side winds. These winds can cause your vehicle to swerve, especially if you are driving a vehicle, so grip the wheel firmly and be prepared to correct your steering. Question 62. What is the legal definition of jaywalking? A. Walking against traffic. B. Crossing outside crosswalks. C. Walking too slowly. D. Crossing on red light. Answers is B. Crossing outside crosswalks. Jaywalking refers to crossing a street at a place other than a marked or unmarked crosswalk, or crossing against a traffic signal. It is illegal and highly dangerous, carrying potential fines. Question 63. What does this sign mean? A. One-way traffic. B. No entry for any vehicle. C. Road closed. D. Yield to oncoming. Answers is B. No entry for any vehicle. This sign indicates no entry for all vehicles or movement prohibited. It means no vehicles are allowed to enter the roadway beyond the sign. It is a critical safety sign. Question 64. What should you do if you encounter a school bus with flashing red lights? A. Slow down and pass carefully. B. Stop in both directions. C. Only stop if on same side. D. Pass if there's a median. Answers is B. Stop in both directions. You must stop in both directions when you encounter a school bus with flashing red lights, unless you are on a divided highway with a physical median or barrier. This protects children crossing the road. Question 65. How can drivers proceed past the obstacle? A. Stop and wait. B. Pass on either side. C. Pass on right only. D. No passing. Answers is B. Pass on either side. This sign indicates that drivers may pass an obstacle on either the right or the left side, as long as it is safe and legal to do so. This sign is common for traffic islands. Question 66. What unusual hazard does this sign warn of? A. Airport ahead. B. Low-flying aircraft. C. Helicopter pad. D. Air traffic control. Answers is B. Low-flying aircraft. This sign warns drivers of the possibility of low-flying aircraft. This is often seen near airfields or military bases where aircraft may operate at low altitudes and cause distraction or sudden noise. Question 67. When driving in fog, what headlights should you use? A. High beam headlights. B. Low beam headlights. C. Parking lights only. D. No lights to avoid glare. Answers is B. Low beam headlights. When driving in fog, use your low beam headlights. High beams will reflect off the fog and worsen visibility, while parking lights are not bright enough to be effective. Question 68. What type of road begins here? A. Local road. B. Motorway or expressway. C. Residential street. D. One-way street. Answers is B. Motorway or expressway. This sign indicates the beginning of a motorway or expressway, which typically has higher speed limits, restricted access, and is designed for continuous flow of traffic. Question 69. What vehicles are prohibited from entering? A. Passenger vehicles. B. Goods vehicles. C. Motorcycles. D. All vehicles. Answers is B. Goods vehicles. This sign prohibits the entry of goods vehicles, trucks, or into the area beyond the sign. This is often used to restrict heavy traffic from certain roads, like residential areas. Question 70. What does a green painted curb indicate? A. Loading zone. B. Limited time parking. C. Handicapped parking. D. No parking anytime. Answers is B. Limited time parking. A green painted curb means parking is permitted for a limited time. The time limit will usually be posted nearby, and parking beyond that limit can result in a ticket. Question 71. What does this sign mean regarding oncoming traffic? A. You have priority. B. Oncoming traffic has priority. C. One-way road. D. Merging traffic. Answers is B. Oncoming traffic has priority. This sign means that oncoming traffic has priority. You must yield to vehicles coming from the opposite direction, especially on narrow roads or bridges where only one vehicle can pass at a time. Question 72. What should you do if you miss your freeway exit? A. Reverse on the shoulder. B. Go to the next exit. C. Make a U-turn across median. D. Stop and wait for a gap. Answers is B. Go to the next exit. If you miss your freeway exit, do not stop or back up. Continue to the next exit and find a safe and legal way to turn around and return. Stopping on a freeway is extremely dangerous. Question 73. What does this sign indicate about the road ahead? A. Left turn. B. Sharp curve to the right. C. Right lane ends. D. Road closes. Answers is B. Sharp curve to the right. This sign indicates a sharp curve to the right ahead. Drivers should slow down, maintain control, and be prepared to steer through the curve to remain safely on the road. Question 74. What is the danger of driving with worn tires? A. Better fuel economy. B. Traction hydroplaning. C. Increased braking power. D. Quieter ride. Answers is B. Traction hydroplaning. Worn tires have less tread, which significantly reduces their ability to grip the road, especially in wet conditions, increasing the risk of hydroplaning and loss of control. Replace worn tires promptly. Question 75. What directions are permitted for drivers? A. Left turn only. B. Straight or right turn. C. Right turn only. D. U-turn only. Answers is B. Straight or right turn. This mandatory sign indicates that drivers in this lane, or at this point, may either proceed straight or turn right. Follow the instructions to avoid traffic violations. Question 76. What type of area are you entering? A. Business district. B. Residential area. C. Industrial zone. D. Rural highway. Answers is B. Residential area. This sign indicates that you are entering a residential area or living zone. Drivers should be alert for pedestrians, children, and adhere to typically lower speed limits, like 25. Question 77. What does a broken white line on the roadway indicate? A. No passing. B. Lanes for same direction can change. C. Hazard ahead. D. Road narrowing. Answers is B. Lanes for same direction can chain. A broken white line separates two lanes of traffic moving in the same direction. You can cross this line to change lanes if it is safe to do so, after signaling and checking for other vehicles. Question 78. What does this sign warn about the road? A. Road expands. B. Road narrows from both sides. C. Divided highway begins. D. Lane ends. Answers is B. Road narrows from both sides. This sign warns that the road ahead narrows from both sides. Be prepared to merge, adjust your position, and be mindful of other vehicles in adjacent lanes. Question 79. When is parking prohibited here? A. Odd days. B. Even days. C. D. Answers is B. Even days. This sign indicates that parking is prohibited on days of the month. Drivers must pay attention to the date to avoid parking violations and potential towing. Question 80. What is the recommended hand position on the steering wheel? A. 10 and 2 o'clock. B. 9 and 3 o'clock. C. 11 and 1 o'clock. D. Any comfortable position. Answers is B. 9 and 3 o'clock. The recommended hand position for modern vehicles with airbags is typically 9 and 3 o'clock, or 8 and 4 o'clock, but to reduce injury risk in case of an airbag deployment and maintain better control. Question 81. What does this sign warn drivers about ahead? A. Road narrows. B. Traffic congestion. C. Road work. D. Speed bump. Answers is B. Traffic congestion. This sign warns drivers of traffic congestion or potential delays ahead. Be prepared to slow down, stop, and potentially experience stop-and-go traffic. Maintain safe following distances. Question 82. When are you allowed to make a left turn against a red light? A. Always if safe. B. From one-way to one-way street. C. Never. D. Only if no sign prohibits it. Answers is B. From one-way to one-way street. In California, you may make a left turn against a red light only when turning from a one-way street onto another one-way street, after stopping and yielding to cross traffic and pedestrians. Otherwise, it is illegal. Question 83. What turns are allowed? A. Straight only. B. Right or left turn. C. U-turn. D. Right turn only. Answers is B. Right or left turn. This sign indicates that drivers in this lane or at this point may turn either right or left, but not proceed straight. Choose your direction carefully. Question 84. What is the minimum safe following distance from an emergency vehicle? A. 100 feet. B. 300 feet. C. 50 feet. D. 200 feet. Answers is B. 300 feet. You must not follow an emergency vehicle closer than 300 feet when it is responding to an emergency with flashing lights siren. This ensures their clear passage and your safety. Question 85. What maneuver is permitted at this location? A. No U-turns. B. U-turn allowed. C. Left turn only. D. Parking zone. Answers is B. U-turn allowed. This sign indicates a place where U-turns are permitted. Always ensure it is safe and clear before executing the turn, checking for all traffic and pedestrians. Question 86. What natural hazard is warned by this sign? A. Landslide zone. B. Falling rocks. C. Uneven road. D. Answers is B. Falling rocks. This sign warns drivers of the potential for falling rocks from cliffs or hillsides onto the roadway. Drive cautiously, reduce speed, and be aware of debris or sudden hazards. Question 87. What does a white painted curb signify? A. No parking. B. Stop for. C. Loading zone for freight. D. Long-term parking. Answers is B. Stop for. A white painted curb means you may stop only long enough to pick up or drop off passengers or mail, and only for the posted time limit, if any. You must generally remain with your vehicle. Question 88. What does this sign mean for the road you are on? A. Motorway begins. B. Motorway ends. C. Speed limit 55. D. New route begins. Answers is B. Motorway ends. This sign indicates the end of a motorway or expressway. Be prepared for changes in speed limits, road conditions, and traffic patterns as you transition to a different type of road. Question 89. What road feature is ahead? A. Bridge. B. Tunnel. C. Underpass. D. Narrow passage. Answers is B. Tunnel. This sign warns drivers of a tunnel ahead. Turn on your headlights, remove sunglasses, and be aware of potential visibility, changes in air quality, and sudden changes in light. Question 90. What does this sign mean for the speed limit? A. Speed limit is 50. B. End of 50 limit. C. Minimum speed 50. D. Warning 50. Answers is B. End of 50 limit. This sign indicates the end of the previously posted 50 maximum speed limit. You should now adhere to the new posted limit or the basic speed law for the area. Question 91. What is the minimum speed required here? A. Maximum speed 50. B. Minimum speed 50. C. Advisory speed 50. D. Speed limit ends. Answers is B. Minimum speed 50. This sign indicates a minimum speed limit of 50. You must not drive slower than this speed, unless conditions such as heavy traffic or bad weather require a lower speed for safety. Question 92. What is the purpose of rumble strips on a roadway? A. To slow traffic for turns. B. Warn drivers of hazards. C. Create traction in rain. D. Mark parking zones. Answers is B. Warn drivers of hazards. Rumble strips are textured pavement markings designed to alert inattentive drivers through vibration and sound that they are approaching a stop sign, toll booth, or drifting off the roadway, thus preventing accidents. Question 93. What does this sign warn about the road? A. Road ends. B. Change of road surface. C. New pavement. D. Slippery when wet. Answers is B. Change of road surface. This sign warns drivers that the road surface is changing ahead. Be prepared for different traction levels, such as moving from asphalt to gravel, and adjust your speed and driving accordingly. Question 94. When are you allowed to cross a double solid yellow line? A. When passing a slow car. B. To turn into A. C. When no traffic is present. D. Never. Answers is B. To turn into A. A double solid yellow line means no passing in either direction. However, you may cross it to turn left into or out of a private driveway, road, or alley when it is safe, and there is no oncoming traffic. Question 95. What is ahead? A. Pedestrian area. B. Cycle track or lane. C. Shared use path. D. Motorcycle path. Answers is B. Cycle track or lane. This sign indicates a cycle track or bicycle lane. Drivers should be aware of cyclists, share the road responsibly, and yield as appropriate to ensure safety. Question 96. What does a red arrow traffic signal mean? A. Proceed in arrow direction. B. Stop, no turn in arrow direction. C. Yield to traffic in arrow direction. D. Turn only after stopping. Answers is B. Stop, no turn in arrow direction. A red arrow traffic signal means you must stop and are not allowed to turn in the direction of the arrow until a green light or arrow appears. It prohibits turns in that specific direction. Question 97. What vehicles are restricted by this sign? A. All cars. B. Specific vehicle types. C. Trucks only. D. Answers is B. Specific vehicle types. This sign indicates that the movement of specific types of vehicles, often related to environmental class or emissions, is prohibited in the area beyond the sign. Pay attention to any supplementary plates for specifics. Question 98. What does this additional plate indicate? A. Repair shop ahead. B. Zone. C. Vehicle recovery point. D. Truck parking. Answers is B. Zone. This sign, often a supplemental plate found below a parking or stopping sign, indicates that the area is a zone, meaning illegally parked vehicles will be towed at the owner's expense. Question 99. What does this sign warn about the shoulder? A. Parking only. B. Dangerous shoulder. C. Emergency stop. D. Shoulder use only. Answers is B. Dangerous shoulder. This sign warns drivers that the hard shoulder ahead is dangerous or unstable. Avoid using the shoulder unless in an emergency, as it may be soft, have a drop-off, or be otherwise unsafe. Question 100. What is the legal meaning of a solid white line on the right edge of the road? A. Parking permitted. B. Roadway edge or shoulder. C. Bicycle lane. D. Bus lane. Answers is B. Roadway edge or shoulder. A solid white line on the right edge of the road typically marks the edge of the roadway or the beginning of a shoulder. Crossing it is generally not permitted except for specific maneuvers or